Hello friends, welcome to my channel Excellent Coaching. Today we are going to talk about limitations of psychological inquiry. There are three limitations in this which you can see here. Number one is lack of true zero point. What is true zero point? Suppose in physical sciences, whenever we start measuring something, we start from zero. Taking an example, if you want to measure length of something, anything, length of a rectangle, length of a triangle, anything you want to measure, you start from zero. But what about psychological inquiry? When we are trying to understand the measure the personality of a person or intelligence of a person, can we start from zero? Because we cannot say a person has zero personality, a person has zero intelligence. So there is no true zero point in psychological inquiry. So that is creating a little bit of confusion. How do we start then? From where do we start if there is no zero intelligence, no zero aptitude, no zero interest? Zero is not there. A person may have one or the other kind of personality, some or the other kind of interest. A minimum level of intelligence is always there. So if there is no zero, from where do we start? In that case, what psychologists do, they arbitrarily they decide a zero point and they proceed further from there. So suppose you get an average of people, an average number of scores. While assessing certain people, you get an average number of score, that is 100 in case of intelligence. We take it as a norm and we start evaluating by comparing the intelligences according to this norm. So if somebody is getting lesser than 100, that person will be weaker. Somebody is getting more than 100, the person will be smarter. So that is how we go about. So there is no absolute zero in case of psychological inquiry. We have to assume an average score from where we can compare the performances of the people. Secondly, it is relative nature of psychological tools. What is known as relative nature? Something which is not absolutely giving the same scores, but it depends on the environment, on the context with which it is taken. So there are certain cultural influences and different environmental influences while we take psychological test on assess psychologically. I'm giving you one example. Suppose there is a psychological test which is used to measure the intelligence level of students living in urban cities. We cannot use that particular test for the students who are living in rural areas. That will not be a valid test for those who are living in rural conditions. So that assessment or the interpretation of test is very relative. You have to adapt the features of your assessment test according to the culture, according to the context where the individuals are, where they are generally living, and where they are assessed according to their particular environment. So the relative nature of psychological tools depends on the context where they are used. Third thing is subjective interpretation of qualitative data. So we have already discussed what is a qualitative data, a data which is interpreted in a descriptive manner. So while describing anything, we tend to put our subjective bias into that, because the researcher tries to interpret the data which he or she has collected, and those interpretation may vary according to the individual, from one person to another. So certain kind of subjective interpretation is involved when we are trying to analyze or when we are trying to find meaning of a qualitative data. So these three are the basic limitations of a psychological inquiry. Thanks for watching.